Question: do you have a favorite hobby? Just wondering. Back in a minute. Morning, good morning. This is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. And I love, love, love helping people to keep some more of their own hard earned money. Welcome to We Can Do It Wednesdays. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's talk about hobbies. How many of you out there listening have an actual hobby? I'd be interested to know. Let me know in the comments section below. We go through hobbies, we go through phases in our life. Some years there are no hobbies. Some years we forget to do hobbies. Some years we're really, really into something. Then all of a sudden, that thing that we really, really love doing, all of a sudden is on the back burner. Some people maybe never tried out having a hobby, and some people actually turn hobbies into profitable businesses in their future. Okay. Just to mention, there was a time that I want to just mention a few phases of mine. When I was a young, about maybe 12 years old, I was given as a gift from a relative this art kit, and it came with colorful pencils, was a sketching kit and an instruction booklet, and actually the personality was on TV too. So I used to be able to watch that person on TV and get inspired. I never thought I had it in me, but I was at one time very much into pencil sketching and stuff like that. It was so much fun learning how to do the shading and all this and all that. And I did that for a while, fun. Okay. Then, of course, life changes and things change. You put it on the back burner. And then when I was a little bit older, well, maybe about 10 years later, I don't know what it was about clowns. Everything was clowns. I was collecting all sorts of porcelain clowns, clown dolls, stuffed clowns, you name it. Clowns were the rage at one point in the 1980s. Who remembers that? Maybe you too were part of that clown collectible type thing. And then another time in my life, I dabbled into photography as a hobby for fun and just, for fun. Then one day I actually turned it into a little bit of a business. And I spoke about that at length on a video in the past. And it was a lot of fun. Like, it's fun to try different things in your life. Then there was another phase of mine where I was interested in lighthouses, little lighthouses, big ones, small ones, ceramic ones, pictures of lighthouses. I was fascinated with with nautical things. I used to love captain's wheels, at a captain's wheel clock. Just we go through these phases in our lives, and actually they are part of our being and part of our interesting creative hobby. Matter of fact, back in about July of let's see, what year was it? July 22nd of 2018, which sounds like ancient history right now. But on July 22nd, 2018, I embarked on my most recent hobby turned into something a little more than a hobby, was my YouTube channel. Okay, so I said, well, a lot of people are, giving really wonderful messages. And I said, well, I might have a message or two. And of course, it was a hobby. All right. And I just started to give the messages because a part of me likes to be creative. A part of me likes to be a teacher. That never leaves you. Once you're a teacher, you're always a teacher. And by the way, teachers are. I don't believe you have to necessarily get a degree to be a teacher. Some of the best people I know that are very great teachers didn't necessarily have fancy schmancy degrees, really and truly. But that's another show. But getting back to hobbies, what about you? What stage in your life are you in to turn something that you love to do into a hobby that maybe even one day becomes something you can make money from? But how about for the folks that never started a hobby? I think a hobby is important. I think it's important to like do something that's really for you. Okay. Another time in my life, those collectibles, those like little houses and stuff like that, I was into that as well, like collecting those little, I Right now I'm forgetting the name. I think it was Department something or other. Whatever it was, doesn't matter. But I collected a few of those little houses. I was just loving to collect certain things. Then I realized that all these collections take up space, right? So I dispersed of some of them and gave them away as nice gifts to friends and family. But just wondering, what is your hobby? So getting back to myself, in July of 018, the previous year I kept contemplating starting the channel. Should I start it? Should I not start it? And the story goes, and of course, as many of you might know, Steve Young from the Steve Young 74 channel, he totally encouraged me to just, go for it. And then eventually, a couple of years later, I encouraged him to go for it. And like I said, it started off as a hobby. Funny thing, it started off as a weight loss encouragement channel. Well, that didn't work because it got me more stressed out. I says, nah, I'm not going to do that. And then I did a video about using the cash envelope system. And all of a sudden, like when you have a channel and you're only like at 50 or below subs, and all of a sudden it latches on and over 100 people view that video, you're thinking, whoa, wait a minute, maybe you're onto something. And then I realized, wait a minute, I don't mind talking about ways to keep money, save money, or talk about money saving meals, groceries, things of that nature. And then that evolved into talking more about stockpiling and this and all that. Have any of you, is anybody listening on the like teetering edge, on the verge of making up your mind, strongly considering becoming a person that creates content, video content creator, where you could, send your stuff off to, various platforms, example, YouTube and other platforms as well. Are you on the verge of that, but like something holds you back? If you started off as, well, this is a new hobby, I'm going to dabble in this, I am not committed to this yet, you may find that this is something for you. But the thing is this, and this is really, really important to keep in mind. If you don't begin at some point, it's not going to happen. If I didn't make up my mind, like completely, at some point in July of 018, like I said, cannot believe that this July will be count them 5 years. And I'm a daily uploader, not just, once every 2 week uploader. I'm a daily content creator, which is another ball game. Do I recommend being a daily content creator to the rest of you? No. No, I don't. Because a daily content creator means you have to come up with 365 different ideas a year. Hello. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of commitment. Is it for everyone? No, it's not. But you might consider putting your toe in the water and maybe making regular videos 2-3 times a month. And then if you really, really have a passion for giving out messages, then you go further. Because I have experience as a school teacher, I had to come up with many lessons every single year. So for me, it kind of was not as difficult, let's say, for maybe someone else. It might be a challenge for them to come up with all those ideas type thing. But you have to have a passion and you have to like what you're doing, like any other hobby. But in the case of those other hobbies, they lasted a couple of years. And then that was it. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this. I might decide tomorrow, okay, I'm done now. This was great. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate every single one of you. I don't know that. I would right now, my goal is to grow my channel. Right now, I have a tiny goal. Let's hit the 5,000 sub mark. That would be really, really nice. That would be really, really nice. But you can't just do it by asking for subs. You have to keep grinding. You have to keep doing it. And you have to keep giving out good messages that mean something to people. And it is my utmost hope that these messages help. So what's the goal of today and the week can do it? You can do it. If you're teetering upon becoming, I'm just using this as an example, joining, becoming a YouTuber, for example, you can do it. I started, other people, everybody starts at the beginning. No one's an expert. You don't start off in life as an expert. You are not an expert at the start. No one is. Don't let anyone make you think they are. Because if that intimidates you in any way, please don't. And the ones that might make you feel that way are kind of experts because of their long-term experience. So we can't judge someone else's ahead of time with someone else's beginning of, because if we did that, I would never have started this channel and I would never be giving out this message to you today. So, whatever the hobby is, good luck to you. I think hobbies are important because they are a specific branch off or piece of what you are. Well, start a hobby. I think it's a great thing. And they don't have to cost a dime. Just saying. You want to start a photography hobby? Pick up your smartphone. Pick up your smartphone. Take beautiful pictures. Take beautiful pictures and print them. Turn them into art. Eventually, you can make money from it. But if you want to do it for the fun of it, mainly hobby, go for it. There you go. All right, everybody. I do have a question. If you found any value in this video, even if it was just for entertainment purposes, don't forget to do this. There you go. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care of yourself and your wonderful families. Take care now. Bye bye.